Okay, let's dive into this. Welcome to today's Explainer, where we're looking at something that sits right at the intersection of everyday convenience and absolutely fascinating physics. We're talking about the mechanics of microwave heating. It's a fairly brief topic, but man, it opens the door to some really cool science. Section 1. The core subject. Exploring the excerpts. The mechanics of microwave heating. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that it completely forces us to reframe how we see this incredibly common appliance. We aren't just talking about pushing a couple of buttons, we are talking about a highly specific mechanical transfer of energy. It really sets the stage for a process that is driven purely by physical laws, where electromagnetic waves are literally interacting with the food we eat. Mechanics. Just think about that word for a second. It implies motion, right? Gears, unseen forces. Inside that ordinary metal box sitting in your kitchen right now, there is a profoundly complex architecture at work. We're talking about an entirely invisible, mechanical reality where energy is actively being manipulated and transferred to physical matter. There's this component in there called a magnetron, and it generates these waves that just bounce around, acting almost like invisible hands physically interacting with whatever you put inside. Let's move to and see how this builds into our next concept. Heating, and that mechanical energy leads directly to it. We do it to our leftovers, our morning oats, usually without a second thought. But listen, this isn't just a casual rise in temperature like you'd get from a campfire. It's the direct physical consequence of those underlying mechanics we just talked about. Those electromagnetic waves, they are specifically agitating water molecules inside your food, causing them to vibrate incredibly rapidly. And that creates friction, which literally generates heat right there on your countertop. Which brings us to Section 2, the big question, the ultimate inquiry. So, the crucial point is how a microwave works. That is the ultimate destination of our explainer today. It challenges us to look way past the everyday convenience and ask, what is actually happening down on a molecular level? It leaves us with this incredibly provocative thought. Do we truly understand the invisible forces we harness every single day to nourish ourselves? Or is there still just a little bit of magic left in the mechanics of our everyday lives?